to end the year, and I say we just go with a standard top-to-bottom NFL tier. So we're going to go in honor of our guy down at the Wienerama.
Mm-hmm.
Top tier this week, Cheeseburger Club.
Cheeseburger Club.
Great.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Right off the rip. The second one will be just a bit outside.
Okay.
The third tier will be Frisky. Teams that are frisky.
You should know that one by now.
Now, the fourth tier, which became pretty popular last week, not frisky enough.
I'm afraid you get a stormy cloud.
And then in honor of our guy, John Heyman, the next tier down, the fifth tier, will be I Can't Even Believe It.
I can't even believe it.
Okay, he was getting upset.
Yeah, and that's also, if you're a team that's falling apart, you're like, you can't even believe it. You can't even believe how the team has gotten to this point. And then the bottom tier, in place of the Mayo groan for this week, will be disaster.
The whole thing has been a disaster.
Wow.
The whole thing.
So between the Wienerama Keefe Madness and John Heyman's meltdown on WFAN, we got a gold mine of drops in the last week.
Correct.
Okay, so there you go. Those are your tiers.
The whole thing has been a disaster.
On a Tier Tuesday here on Jones and Keefe. I'm assuming we're starting in the AFC East, Billy?
You got it. Buffalo Bills, 10-3.
Yeah, I mean,
Cheeseburger Club.
yeah, they have to
So
be. I know
too.
they just lost, but what a game, what a comeback. Like, they almost came, like, I don't have, like, less faith in them necessarily.
They're on notice. I know
Yeah.
they're playing at Detroit. If you lose at Detroit, maybe we'll rethink it.
Yeah, okay.
But, and McDermott didn't have a good game in the final moments of that game. They only had 9 men on the field at one point. He's trying to run it in when he only has 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen's getting stuffed. The defense kind of fell apart against the Rams, who, didn't beat the Patriots by a ton.
No.
So they're on notice, but I'd leave them there as well.
All right.
Miami Dolphins, 6-7.
Are they frisky now?
Yeah.
Or are they not frisky? I think 6 and 7, you're
I think
frisky.
look, they almost lost to the Jets. They went to overtime.
It's all right. A win's a win is a win.
But I think we can upgrade them from not frisky enough to frisky.
I think
yes.
they are frisky because they are going to be, over the next couple of weeks, when you see one of my favorite graphics every year, who's in the playoffs and then who is, quote-unquote, in the hunt. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they are currently in the hunt.
Okay.
All right.
Right, New England Patriots, 3-10.
So,
The whole thing has been a disaster.
Definitely.
the whole
Definitely.
thing has been a disaster.
That is where
they didn't
they
play
belong.
last week, but they, it's not going great.
The whole thing, like literally
The
everything.
whole thing has
Free
been a
agency.
disaster.
Everything not related to Drake May. And I know he was a draft pick, but
Yeah.
the draft. Free
KJ
agency.
Osborne.
Nothing at the trade
You're
deadline.
done, son.
Press conferences during the week. Players getting arrested off the field.
Not good.
The whole stinking thing
Disaster.
has been a disaster. So that's exactly where they belong.
New York Jets, also 3-10.
The whole thing
Also,
has been a disaster.
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
They are brothers in this.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you, if they won that game against the Dolphins, would we have changed it, or would they still be the whole thing's been a disaster?
I think the whole thing has been a disaster, but if you beat a frisky team, then maybe they'd be one tier above for
Maybe.
the week, but like arrow pointing back down.
Yeah, they lost. They've lost 4 in a row. They're 3-10. They're a disaster.
Yeah.
AFC North, Baltimore Ravens, 8-5.
What do you've liked the Ravens a lot more than I have.
I guess just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
I
They
guess
they got to be.
they're not frisky.
No. That's too. They're more than frisky.
They're definitely a playoff team. I don't trust them at all come the playoffs.
no playoffs.
Playoffs?
No way.
I don't trust them one bit.
No.
So
Trust them about as far as I can throw them.
that's probably the right spot to have them. They've had a lot of close losses,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's where I'd put them.
5-8 Cincinnati Bengals.
All right. They did win last night on the Simpsons cast. It was hard to tell, but Ralph Wiggum scored a touchdown, so I knew that put him up.
Lisa got in there.
Lisa scored. Homer was playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So I think last week they were not frisky enough. Now, I don't know if a win over the Cowboys bumps you up to frisky.
No.
Because
They remain not frisky enough.
they're 5-8.
I'm afraid you get a stormy cloud.
Keith,
They lost to the Patriots.
They should have lost last night.
the Patriots almost lost to the Cowboys.
They got their punt blocked.
Oh.
They should have lost, but the idiot Dallas Cowboy went and touched the football.
Yeah, they're not
A la
coached- they're not
Leon
coached
Lett.
well. They're not coached
Okay,
well.
They're not. But like
They need Belichick.
there's this movement. I want to blame Burrow for some of these losses. Like if they would have lost last night.
Joe
it'd be
Burrow? Joe
Yes.
Cool?
Yeah, he lost to the Patriots. Oh, they lost all these games. What were they supposed to do?
Yeah.
He lost to the Patriots.
All right.
The Patriots way back when, and his defense played pretty well in that game. They only gave up 16 points. So
Do you know where they rank offensively?
A little bit about it is
Do you
Joe
know-
Burrow.
do you know where they rank
I'm guessing
offensively?
towards the top of the league.
Okay, do you want to take a guess at what number?
2.
6th. They're
Okay.
they're the 6th best offense.
Great.
And the 29th worst or best defense.
Okay. So you
I
have to
put more of it on the
So you have to
defense.
win some shit. Okay, I put more of it on the defense. I don't put 0 of it
Won
on
a
Burrow.
shootout last night, Jones, on prime time. Put that one down for Joe Cool.
We're not giving his defense any credit. They held the Cowboys to 20 points. They
They
blocked
held
the field
Cooper
goal.
Rush to 20 points.
Yeah.
That's a scoring tsunami.
Yeah.
Joey
Yeah.
franchise is what they call him.
You have a defense. You get in these shootouts, you got to win some of them. That's what I would say about Burrow. They're not frisky enough.
Did you see his outfit on the way into the game?
I did. I saw Giardi actually tweeted.
Did he like it?
He goes, "Is that a onesie?" I go, "Yes, it's a. What do you mean? Is it a onesie?"
He was wearing a onesie?
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell where it started and stopped.
It's absolutely a onesie.
So you got to get naked to go bathroom?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Put the uniform on. You got to slip the whole thing off.
No, like, guys,
Both-
I'll be right back.
Both ankles.
20 minutes. I just had to take a pee. It's not worth it.
Not frisky enough.
No, that's true.
Cleveland Browns 3-10.
The whole thing's been.
The whole thing has been.
It's been a disaster.
I think it has. I think it has because the plan was Deshaun Watson. They played him until they couldn't, and he was hurt. They've gone to Jameis, who gave you like some fun
Winston?
quotes,
Yeah,
but he
but-
loses. It's Jameis. Not like Jameis Lewiston.
Okay, but it's at least fun. Winston's fun.
Yeah,
I guess Mayo's fun.
they might.
I'm sorry, Mayo.
It's
Mayo's
so
fun.
Stefanski might get fired. I feel like it's a disaster. They're 3-10.
right,
they have the
fine.
same record as the other two crap
I
teams.
kind of enjoy the Jameis experience, but you're right. It's been a disaster.
Yeah.
10-3 Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, the Steeler fan that listens to us is going to be mad because I still can't put them in Cheeseburger Club. I can't do it.
Zero chance.
All right, but they are just a bit outside. They're firmly just a bit outside.
Yeah.
10 wins. I tip my cap to you, Mike Tomlin. He finds ways to win.
They won last week without George Pickens.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, what's their best win this year? Is it Baltimore, who we also have just a bit outside?
Yeah, probably.
So I don't think that's unfair. We have Baltimore and them on the same tier.
Yeah.
They beat Baltimore, and they have another game against. Maybe if you sweep, I can't bump that team up. I'm not going to believe in that team until they hoist the
Yeah.
Lombardi.
Yeah,
I
they're
won't.
not on the Bills
They're not.
tier. Okay,
They're not even on the Chiefs tier.
which is the same tier.
Oh well, yeah.
All right, to the AFC South, the Houston Texans at 8-5.
This is your team, Jones. I don't think they're very good.
But where do you put them?
Let's see. I think they're not frisky enough
Okay.
because I know their record is
So
significantly
they're the same
better.
as the Bengals.
Yeah,
How does that make sense?
because they're in a dump division, which they'll get in that way. This is their last 5 games. 5-game snapshot.
Yep.
2-3. Their wins: Jacksonville and Dallas. Their losses: Tennessee, Detroit, and the Jets. That's gross.
Not good.
They started 6-2.
Again, I'll remind you the Bengals lost to the Patriots. So,
But they're not
remind you of
frisky
that.
enough.
Yeah.
They're not frisky
This
enough.
team's better than that.
They lost to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay.
This team should be
All right.
frisky.
So, what do you think? They're frisky?
Jets. Billy, break the tie.
Frisky or not frisky
Frisky or
enough?
not frisky enough?
Not frisky enough.
Thank you.
I'm afraid you get a stormy cloud.
Boo.
Thank you, Butters.
We have a playoff team, not frisky enough. Okay.
They're not frisky enough.
Okay.
If we wanted to just base it on records, we would base it on records. This is the Jones and Keefe tiers.
I know, but there's
If
no
it was
difference.
the sub 500 Panthers back in the day, would you put them in frisky?
They were frisky that one
Playoff
week.
team.
They were frisky that week.
No, but this
Andy
team,
Dalton made
this
them
team
frisky.
isn't sub 500. It's not. It's a false
Yeah.
equivalency.
They're not frisky enough. They're going to get their doors blown
They're
off.
3
in
games
the playoffs.
over 500. What are you talking about?
If they played Pittsburgh or Baltimore in the playoffs, who would you take?
I might take them against Pittsburgh. I would take Baltimore in
Okay.
that scenario.
All
They
right.
lost to Baltimore last year in the playoffs.
All right.
Indianapolis Colts 6-7.
Oof. 6-7 is weird for them.
That's not frisky enough.
okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'm afraid you get a stormy cloud.
That's
Yeah,
not
I'm there.
frisky enough.
They're in the hunt though.
Yeah, they played.
They're in the hunt, but like you don't even know how or why. Like they beat the Patriots. I give them credit for going for 2 when they did. Like that was nice, but yeah, they're not great.
3-10 Jags.
I mean, that's the whole thing's a disaster.
I'm
I know,
surprised they got to 3 wins.
I know they won.
Yeah, but the team they beat will also, I think, be in this tier.
Yeah, let's get to them.
3-10 Tennessee.
Yeah.
The whole
So
thing has been a disaster.
so right now, Pats, Jets, Browns, Jaguars, Titans, which
It's a loaded tier.
it's a dogfight. We have a couple more that are definitely going to be in this tier.
This is what I was saying about the Jets. Like, do we need to maybe move them up a half tier? No.
I think they're going to be right there. When you're talking about the top 8 picks in the NFL draft, this final month is going to be a big swing.
A lot of bad
It's
teams.
still very much to be determined who gets the number 1 pick. Now, it doesn't seem like it's a draft that you're going to lose a ton of sleep over it. We're like, oh, you don't get the number 1 pick this year? Like, all right. Keep your head up. Like
Yeah.
you might get a better player at 8 this
You
year
might.
than you might at 1.
You really might.
Yeah. Next.
AFC West, Denver Broncos 8-5.
They're frisky.
I was going to say, if
Or they just been outside.
I'm going to leave them at frisky, but
Okay.
I
Well,
would
they didn't
listen
play
to-
this week,
I would
so-
listen to just a bit outside,
Yeah.
but let's leave them at frisky.
Frisky. Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs 12-1.
All the way at the top.
They got to
They win ugly.
They got to be a cheeseburger club.
Oh, they are a
and
cheeseburger
they
club
are
for that
lucky.
guy.
They're lucky, and they win ugly, but they are also good. I mean, they've only lost 1 game this year, so that's where they belong.
2-11 Las Vegas Raiders.
Ooh, they are whole thing's been a disaster.
Them and the Giants are like bigger disasters than these other teams.
Yeah, another tier.
Yeah, I just
they're right there. They've all been disasters in their own way. Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson has been disasters. Gerard Mayo's been a disaster.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like they're all in their own way.
Jets are a disaster, especially compared to preseason expectations.
Yes.
Yeah, fair. Okay, Raiders 2-11 might be the worst team in football. Yeah.
Yep.
8-5, Los Angeles Chargers.
Are they just a bit outside now?
Well,
or no, they just lost, but it's close, super close. The Chiefs.
I mean, they could have won that game for sure.
For the division, Keefe.
So,
that's right. Tarico almost lost his mind over that.
So how do we rectify the Broncos being frisky, but the Chargers being just a bit outside? The Broncos lost to them head-to-head? That's probably a way to do it, right?
Yeah, that would if that's true, that would make sense. Did they?
I thought they did.
Or they played each other
the Broncos
yet?
lost to the
They
Chargers.
have one
They
game
did.
upcoming.
They did. The Chargers
and
beat
they
them
did lose
23-16.
So there you go.
All right.
Okay, to the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys at 5-8.
I think they're also.
They can't even believe it.
Are they? I can't believe it. Or are they a disaster?
They can't be disaster.
Yeah,
Dak one team in that
tier they've gone way below their expectations, but they are a cut above these other disasters. They're not comparable to the Raiders.
Yeah, but I think both of these tiers are like, with the exception of Mayo or like Callahan because he's in his first year, are probably likely to fire their coaches if they haven't already.
Yeah.
So,
No, I would say I can't even believe it.
Okay.
They're not as bad as those other teams.
All right.
New York Giants 2-11.
Like this team's so much worse.
So
This is a disaster. When you have fans flying over your stadium with signs saying,
that's an all-timer.
Sell the team, fire the coach. I forget what the specifics were. But that level of criticism,
Yeah, that stinks.
yeah, that means the whole thing's a disaster.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree.
Yeah.
11-2, Philadelphia Eagles.
Nasty.
Cheeseburger Club.
Oh,
Cheeseburger
they
Club.
are Cheeseburger Club and then some.
I will say I think they got caught looking ahead. Now, they won. The Bills got caught looking ahead to their game against the Lions. The Eagles got caught looking ahead to their game against the Steelers. Ugly win, but they won.
The locker room randomly turned into a disaster after that.
They've
game,
won
too.
9 in a row.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay,
Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown don't like each other?
Brandon
Graham was starting stuff.
Brandon Graham was on WIP. Imagine this. Players come on and actually tell you something.
Yeah.
We
found out what kind of dog Gonzo has.
He likes mild wings.
We didn't figure out a celebrity crush, though.
No, we did not.
No, he
It's
wouldn't
true.
tell us that. Kept that
No.
pretty close to the vest. Okay.
So Brandon Graham goes on WIP and he's like, Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown used to be friends.
He's like, Jalen's trying to make it work or whatever, but like A.J. Brown's like pissed or something. Like, the whole thing. I was like, this is great.
So he's walked that back. But no, there's clearly something going on. They've won 9 in a row. They're on, I mean, how can you take them off that top tier?
Can't.
Yeah, Cheeseburger Club.
They are Cheeseburger Club.
8-5, Washington Commanders.
Frisky? Yeah. They're close to not frisky enough for me.
Oh, wow.
I've really kind of soured on them overall. I think it was a hot start.
I think they have to be frisky because they win so many late games.
But they lost 3 straight games, including a game to Dallas.
They lost, and that was a late loss for them.
Yeah.
I mean, Daniels was unbelievable at the end of that game, but they did lose it.
All right, let's go this way. Their last
I vote frisky.
All right, their last 8 games. So they were 4-1, right? So let's just take this real quick. So then they lose to Baltimore. All right, you lose to Baltimore. They beat Carolina. Like, good for you. You beat Carolina. They beat Chicago on a Hail Mary.
Yep.
They beat the Giants by 5. Then they lose 3 straight games.
Yep.
And then they beat Tennessee. So like nothing has been
destroyed Tennessee.
Yeah, they destroyed Tennessee. Yeah. So I guess you have that. But
I mean,
they've been kind of teetering for me. I'll leave them in
not
frisky
enough? Okay,
no, I'll leave them in frisky for now.
Frisky.
But
I was
like
about to have Billy break the tie. Frisky.
But 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, they're a lock for the playoffs. I don't think they're a lock for the playoffs.
No, I agree with that.
Okay.
That's why they're frisky.
All right.
NFC North, Chicago Bears 4-9.
Probably I can't even believe
They can't
it.
even believe it.
Yes.
Probably I can't even believe it.
But they're close to the whole thing.
Arrow
disaster.
down. Arrow down.
They have now lost 7 in a row, I believe.
Yeah.
Keith, you called this weeks ago. Weeks ago.
Oh, their
You're
schedule's
like,
insane.
Look at their schedule.
Yeah.
They might not win another game.
Right.
They have not won another game. They lost to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Let's put them in. I can't even believe it, but
Do you know they're
arrow down.
They're also the only team that hasn't won a road game this year. They're 0 for the road.
Detroit Lions 12-1.
Wagon.
Cheeseburger Club.
Wagon.
Cheeseburger Club.
They might be the Cheeseburger Club with the fries and the drink.
Yeah,
They are nasty.
Yeah, Cheeseburger Club and a number 3.
Yeah.
is
Oh,
what
and the
that
number
is.
3. Hell yeah.
Pick it now. Bills or Lions this week. I think the Lions are a 1.5 favorite at home.
Lions.
I'm surprised at that. I would have the Lions winning that game by more than a field goal.
I'll go. Yeah, I will go for sure.
Okay. Who else?
all
Billy?
the way.
9-4 Green Bay Packers.
I think they have to be just a bit outside.
Yep.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, they might be the best of the just a bit outside,
Yeah.
but they don't feel like they deserve to be on that top group.
No, I mean, they almost beat Detroit at Detroit. So
Yeah.
they deserve – I know they lost, but they deserve some credit for that, just a bit outside.
Yeah.
11-2 Minnesota Vikings.
Same.
Yeah,
Just a bit outside.
I love Kevin O'Connell. I think Kevin O'Connell should be coach of the year.
They've won 6 in a row. They're 11-2. Do we need to bump them up to Cheeseburger Club?
Ooh. Sam Darnold just threw 5 touchdowns.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Because they still have – do they have 2 against Detroit?
They might.
I believe they still have 2 games remaining against Detroit.
How does that happen?
I thought.
No.
They already played them?
They lost by 2 points to Detroit week 7. They have Chicago, Seattle, Green Bay, and Detroit.
Then they play Detroit the final week of the year. So let's.
They're probably going to win 13 games.
Yeah. It's still like I advocated for the Vikings paying Sam Darnold the other day, but it's still Sam Darnold. Like I still don't believe him. I would pay him because
Guy might
I
win
don't
the
want to
MVP.
start over with a rookie I didn't even like in J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still don't believe in him.
All right.
To the NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons at 6-7.
This is your squad.
Yeah, they are.
They can't even believe it.
Okay, so are they that or are they not frisky enough? I can't believe it.
I
They
can't
need to
believe
go
it.
to Penix.
They've lost 4 in a
Yeah,
row.
they need to bench Cousins. I can't even believe it.
Yeah,
I can't
let's
even
do
believe
it. Let's do it.
Can't even believe it.
Carolina Panthers at 3-10.
Are they also can't believe
They
it?
can't even believe it.
They are.
They've
For the opposite reason, they can't believe they're out there closing games.
Now they've
right. They're a favorite now.
Yeah, they've lost 3 in a row, but
Yeah.
they are favored against the Cowboys. They, even though they keep losing, maybe this is unfair.
Yeah.
They feel like they're arrow up compared to some of the other disaster teams. So yeah, can't even believe it.
All right.
Good for them.
5-8 New Orleans Saints.
They can't even believe it.
Yeah, you gotta
maybe.
probably put them there.
That's all of a
or
sudden-
not frisky enough.
Well,
With Rizzy.
I know they just won. It was
Yeah.
so gross how they won.
No, and there was the Giants. Let's
Drew Lock
keep,
started that game like 0-8.
Yeah,
They still barely
and,
beat it out.
and Carr's hurt.
let's go. I can't even believe
Yeah,
it.
I
And
like that.
Kamara screwed me on a parlay. So
Yeah, I'm saying that's why
Yeah, they're done.
I didn't like his performance on
Get
Sunday
outta
either,
here.
Keefe.
Yep.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-6.
I think they're frisky.
Okay.
Or do you think they're not frisky enough? I think they're going to win the division.
I think they might be just a bit outside.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
I don't want to overlook the whole middle of the season, but I'm kind of willing to do that with
Hell
them.
yeah.
They've won 3 in a row.
Baker Mayfield stud.
They had a terrible stretch when they had no one at receiver.
Yeah.
Since they've gotten one of them back, they lost Godwin for the year. They got
Yeah.
Evans back. They look like the same team they were early
I think Bucky
when we
Irving
believed in
got
them.
hurt.
Yeah, Bucky Irving did get
Yeah.
hurt. I'd put him just a bit outside.
All right,
you want frisky?
Well, no, I thought I was going to have to talk you into frisky. No, I'll take just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. Let's
Just
do
a
it.
bit
I'd like them all
outside.
year.
I would not want to play them in the playoffs.
All right, good.
Yeah.
NFC West, Arizona Cardinals 6-7.
They're not frisky enough.
Thank you.
They were the face of frisky for a
I'm
while.
afraid you get a stormy cloud.
They better beat the Patriots on Sunday or their season's over.
They've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Not frisky enough.
Yeah.
7-6 LA Rams.
That's a frisky bunch. Or do you like them more
No,
than that?
no, they can't be just a bit
Not
outside.
yet.
So I'll go frisky. But
They beat the Bills.
that is another team I would not. They might not even make the playoffs, but
Yeah.
I would not want to face that team either.
Okay.
6-7 49ers.
They can't even believe it.
I can't even believe it.
So I was going to say not frisky enough. I can't even believe
I
it. That's
can't
a better
even believe
place.
it.
That's a better place.
They're
for
a
them.
mess.
Yeah.
Debo's on Twitter complaining.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
boy.
so many angry wide receivers.
Oh, every
Not-
year.
Not that you could never see that coming, but
Uh-huh.
so many angry wide receivers.
And finally, the Seattle Seahawks at 8-5.
Probably frisky.
That's what I
8 and 5. Like they started out hot, had a little dip. Now they've leveled off. They're good.